It's very important that you have the right type of animal to fit your program, whatever that is. You know, and lots of people say, oh, you need the right breed, or you do or you don't. There's probably the right type of cattle in most breeds anywhere, and there's the wrong type of cattle. So I'm not as fussy on an individual breed, but they have to be the right type of animal. For us, that's a moderate frame, easy fleshing cow. We haven't actively culled animals because they were the wrong type. We've selected cattle because they're the right type, and nature just seems to take care of the rest. Those cows will fall through the cracks. They'll come in open the next year. You know, they just don't come back and rebreed. So you're probably not going to take cattle that are used to lots and lots and lots of high quality feed to stay in shape and kick them out and expect them to graze old grass and do fine. It's a step-by-step change that, you know, is probably best for, you know, the cow herd and yourself as a manager's comfort level.
Well, we started, you know, trying to change our genetics to have a smaller, hardier animal, something that would do more for less. Because a lot of producers have all these inputs, but actually if you pencil this all out, it's nicer if you can have an animal that's working with you instead of against you.
The system we run and the quality of grass we're maintaining the cows on is not enough to support the highest milking type of cow. Like, I know from our own experience with the time we've done this, we have selectively culled out the heavier milking end of the herd over the years. And the problem is they just come up open. The feed is obviously not meeting their nutritional needs enough that they breed back well. But that's a kind of management decision, and when I'm in a purebred operation selecting for cattle that are feed efficient, I want to be careful that we're not artificially maintaining these type of cattle that need the extra supplementation. So it's the type of cattle we have, whether they're smaller framed and have a bigger rumen capacity, are very much suited to this system. We're selecting against excessive milk. We're also selecting for positive body condition, but we'll have to be careful not to push that too far, because there definitely is a danger that if you pushed them just too hard, you would finish up with a bunch of cows that were very low milking and ultimately would be very infertile.
The way we choose our animals to go to swath grazing, we don't choose, we send them all out. And who don't ever perform through the winter time is they're the ones that don't stay on the operation. We're looking for heifers, they're weaned and then wait a couple of months, and then they go out with the cows on swaths, and the first calf heifers, they're out with the cows on swaths. We just treat them all equal, and that's what we're trying to do to build up a strength of our herd.
If I've got some cows that haven't adapted, need a little extra feed, I'll pull them out. That's just, I would say, common sense, and you know, either feed them a little better or put them in the cull pen.
If we pull the calf out of a cow one year and then send her over here the next, and I only come here twice a week, and then I find her she can't calve, well, that's my fault, right? But if I'm at home where we keep an eye on them a lot closer and we help her there and say, okay, if the calf's alive, raise that calf, but then you're gone in the fall, then I eliminate that. So I think that's good animal welfare.
When you're doing this system on grass, and if you've never done it before, your first year might have more troubles. But after that, you've straightened out most of the problems, because trouble calvers don't stay in your herd. Any cow you might need to milk doesn't stay in your herd. Any cow that has a bad attitude and you can't grab the calf out there, she doesn't stay in the herd. We trim up a lot of problems by making it easy, you just get rid of the problems as you go.
The only trouble we've had with this system is where cattle don't respect our fence, and at that time we've had to actually pull cattle out of the system just because if they're not respecting your temporary poly wire, you can't restrict their access to the bales.
It's a lot easier to cull trouble cows out of your system than it is to improve your fencing. So we found in the past, just cull those cows out as soon as you can, because those cows cost you an awful lot of money in terms of moving the whole entire herd into days worth of feed ahead of time. They're too expensive to have around.